Good morning, David Snyder here, and it is the first day of 2014. Happy New Year. Okay, so I made a video last night. It didn't turn out so great. I wasn't really in high spirits. Not really this morning either, but anyways. I was looking at this weather pattern that was here last night, and I'll show it to you in a second. It showed, if you've watched my biggest secret in gold mining video where I showed the Schrodinger crater on the moon, reversed and overlaid right here next to North America, right where that little curve is, right where it curves, right in between Canada and the United States. There's this little curve here, right? And I showed you the Schrodinger crater here. You can actually see it. See the circle right there? Okay, that's Schrodinger's print right there from the moon. Okay, and then the lunar south pole goes right over this area here, right? I showed you that. I've also showed in a video before that Schrodinger is basically created by Lake Victoria. I showed that. Lake Victoria is what I believe created the Schrodinger crater on the moon. It fits here absolutely perfectly, and it ties a lot of things together. So last night when I seen that pattern on Wonder Maps, which is right here, I'm going to show you right now, I saved the picture and I brought it to, I overlaid it over Africa right here. This is that picture I saved last night, and this is what I could see. I seen this right here look like Lake Victoria to me. And it being right here, actually when I did it, I didn't even put the two together. In the first video I made, I didn't even put the two together, until after I watched the video, and then I said, oh, duh, because Schrodinger hits here next to North America, I know that, and I know that it hits Lake Victoria, so that had to be Lake Victoria, but I didn't think about it when I put it down here. I was just thinking that it looked like that it would fit there. So it does fit there. Overlaid over Africa. So there we go. It confirms it. It totally confirms that Schrodinger hits next to North America and Lake Victoria. So these continents were absolutely together in this configuration. At least North America and Africa were just like this at one time during this impact at least. Okay, during the lunar south pole impact, Schrodinger hit Africa right here, and it left its print off the coast. It left a print right here as well. In the weather, you'll see the print. You don't see it on the Earth right here, right now, but in the weather, at times, you will see the big circle right here. Okay, so that shows it. And I'm not saying it happened in this location where the continents are today. I know for a fact it all happens here. It all happens here because I'm going to confirm two more impacts in the same place during the same time, or at least one more anyway. Okay, so anyways, so there's Lake Victoria. You see this band, this weather band that comes through right, like from right here, the edge of Lake Victoria to here. You can see that coming right through Africa right there. See that? Comes right through Africa. And then you can see this blue band of weather here. This is what radar weather, or a satellite return from Wonder Maps. But you see how it runs parallel or right in line with the Red Sea there? Okay. So that's there. Okay, so now what I did next is I figured I was putting this weather pattern over Copernicus a while back, about a month ago. If you remember, if you watched my videos, I was doing that with the Copernicus and Imbrium, putting this pattern that's up in the North Pacific over that. So I figured I should take Africa, because I know this will fit over the Copernicus picture. I know it will. I mean, we've already done that many times. So instead I just took Africa, saved a picture of Africa, and I took it over to where I have Copernicus overlaid, the one that I used during those overlays. And I got to bring that up real quick. That's Copernicus. You'll recognize it. It's the same one I've been using. It hasn't moved. Same place, same size, everything the same, just the same. And then I brought up Africa. Anybody see anything that is going to happen when I do this? Do you see it? Look at Lake Victoria. Where's Lake Victoria going to be in this picture? Can you see it? It's going to be right here where Kepler is, right there. So I get it up there. So that fell right into place, pretty much. It's not. I'm not saying it's actually not perfectly aligned at the moment, because I think this crater here, this one with the fish, looks like a fishtail, hits right here and goes up this way and then goes this way. I call this the fish on the moon because it looks like a fish with a tail. But anyways, this should go a little bit lower, right here, right in this area here, and it kind of splits this area, makes that delta. Okay. So but I had no idea that this was going to fall right into place the way it did. I put Africa down, and that just fell right into place. And then you look at the rest of the picture, and you can see this green band that comes right through there, that dark green band. Well, you can see that this goes right in there somewhere. You can see the whole shape of the lower part of Africa, and the Sahara would go right. You know, it looks like it's kind of expanded out a little bit, but like I said, probably don't have this perfectly aligned. So you'll find Copernicus's print in Africa somewhere in this area. But you see how it fits, how Africa just fits right in there. Just fits right in. So that confirms two impacts with Africa. We got the South Pole and Schrodinger hitting here, and then we got Imbrium and Copernicus hitting here. Basically the same area of the Earth. So it being in such close proximity to the impact with Schrodinger and the South Pole, because that happens like this, happens over here, this area. I'm not saying it happened right here where it is today on the Earth, but it happened with Africa here, lunar South Pole here, and North America here. Maybe not, but not here, if you understand me. It didn't happen there. It happened in the Pacific, where I'm showing where all the subduction is. That's where it all happens. So there's two impacts that happen together, because we have Copernicus in the North Pacific. We have a pattern from Copernicus up here in the North Pacific that fits down here, right here. Absolutely fits here. And I've seen Schrodinger's weather pattern right in this area as well, so it puts it all together. So that it happens all in this area. Most of the impacts happen in the Pacific right here. Most of them. Before the continents were spread apart. Okay, to put where they are today. Or the side of the moon that we see is Imbrium and Copernicus. We see that when the moon is full. That's what faces the Earth all the time. So obviously, it either has hit the Earth a few times, or if we put all these impacts together, it would go together one way. I think it's hit more than one time, or this could be another thing. The moon, the side of the moon that faces us, is shaping the weather on the Earth in those areas, and then therefore shaping the land to like the moon. But I don't really see that. I can't really see that happening. But it's possible, I guess. Maybe it didn't hit the Earth. Maybe it's shaping the weather and shaping the land. And I don't think so. I think it's hitting the Earth. It has to hit the Earth, because Schrodinger definitely hits Lake Victoria right here. It has to hit the Earth. So that confirms too. I hope you were able to follow that. It puts Copernicus and Imbrium here, with Copernicus hitting here, and then which we can see in the North Pacific, where Africa showed us that Africa was together with North America, the way I showed you in the beginning, because the weather pattern showed that. And you may think that's absolutely guaranteed. It confirms, they confirmed each other perfectly. And I didn't even know it at the time. I had to make another video, but that's why I'm redoing this one. I actually discovered it while I made the video, the first video. But I made another one because I didn't even put the two together with this biggest secret in gold mining one, where I showed Schrodinger up here. And then seeing the Lake Victoria shape in the weather right there. I didn't even think about it at that time until after I made the video. Then I said, oh shit, that just puts it together. So, confirms it. Totally confirms it. And you can check it yourself. But also we have Mare Oriental hitting right here, North America, and not right here necessarily. Didn't hit right here. It happened over here. Remember, everything I say when I say it happens right here, it actually all happens in the Pacific, where it's obviously, right? It's pretty obvious that it happens over here. And the continents have been moved, pushed by the moon. Most recent impacts, probably most of it's been pushed by the moon, and some of it may be continental drift. Okay, but not even as much as it would be the moon pushing the continents around. You can see that it's definitely pushing them around. And anybody that's in doubt, watch my other videos. I mean, you can watch my other videos. You can see Europe in Copernicus. You can see that Europe and Asia is Copernicus and Imbrium as well. It goes here. Let me show you how many places that Copernicus and Imbrium will fit. Right here is Imbrium with Copernicus down here. You can see the whole shape right here. Okay, so that's one, and that's a guaranteed one. That's for sure. It put itself there. And then you got another one right here in Africa. That's two. Imbrium with Copernicus, definitely right in here. That's two. Then you got South America. Copernicus, Imbrium, three. That's three. Then you have this area right here. This is Imbrium with Copernicus coming down here. That's four. Five. Imbrium, Copernicus. That's five. Five areas. And then you got this area. Six. This area too will fit Copernicus, Imbrium. Six. Then you have here over here in the Indian Ocean, where I've showed you the weather patterns here before, with that show Copernicus and Imbrium. That's seven. 7 places so far where Imbrium and Copernicus will fit absolutely for sure. So that's the side of the moon that faces the Earth, people. So either it's one thing or the other. It's the weather. It's controlling the weather, shaping the Earth that we live on, or it's hit the Earth. I say it's hit the Earth because it's definitely hit the Earth. You can see that it has hit the Earth. See that? This is not created by plate tectonics. I'm sorry, but it may be happening, but it's not what creates it, and you just got to face that. I mean, you got to snap. People got to snap out of their denial, because I mean, you're looking for the truth. The future of the planet, the past of the planet. You're looking in the Bible. You're looking here and there. You're looking everywhere, and you're going to keep on having to look until you really come down to the moon, and then you're going to find it. You're going to find your answer. There's no other answer. There is no other answer except for the moon, the Earth's nemesis. It is the moon, the destroyer, Apollo, the destroyer, whatever it is, and it is a planet. It is the size of a planet. You cannot deny that at all. Cannot. Because you see the shit. Look, Europe and Asia is 5,000 miles from here to the tip of Spain here. Okay, well that's how big that part of the moon is. So that makes it at least a Mars-sized planet. At least. I mean, if you followed my other videos, you would, and you still don't. You're still looking for the truth of the planet. You're going to keep on looking until you just finally realize that, wow, that dumbass guy might be right, you know? Because I am right. I'm not trying to gloat or anything like that. I'm just saying, stop chasing your tail. You know? You'll find this in the Bible and everywhere if you just put it together that way. The Bible explains this. All religions explain this in one fashion or another. I mean, I'm not religious, but even I can see that. I mean, I know a thing or two, you know, but even I can see that. 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. So that's my video for the day. Happy New Year. Yeah, stop chasing your tail. That's all I can say. Start looking in the right place. And I'm not doing this to put out any gloom and doom or anything like that. I do this because I think the truth should be known no matter how bad it is. And this changes all science, all Earth and lunar science completely, which I know will never happen because just the way the world is. They would rather live in denial and not have to think about the bad things that are right down the road. Okay, the solar poles just flipped the other day or something like that, and we got the moon, supermoon coming. I mean, you got to watch those things. Those things, whenever we have a supermoon, I start to get a little worried myself, because I know that's when the moon is closest to the Earth, and I know there's been times when the moon has just kept coming closer and closer and closer. Now, I've never heard of a supermoon until 3 years ago. That's the first time I ever even heard the term supermoon. And it's getting closer and closer, and I'm just thinking, okay, so one of these times, maybe when the sun's poles flip or something, maybe that's going to change the magnetic polarity or something like that, and it's going to come. It's, instead of being repelled by the Earth like it has been for thousands of years, it's going to be attracted to the Earth, because opposite poles attract. I don't know. It's just, I'm just saying, if you know, there's probably a lot of people out there smarter than me that could figure, that know about the planets. And if you're going by what the size they tell you and whatever about the moon, you're going to be thrown off. It's going to throw you off from the truth. You have to go by the size the moon is, a Mars-sized planet at least, and it does come and go. So that's, that's the truth. There's no way around it. You can check it yourself. You can look at history. You will see that I'm right. You will see that the Mayans knew. Everybody has known. Ancient people have known. You forgot. Mankind has forgotten this, but the elite have not. They know. Their scientists have told them, but they don't tell you because it all has to do with gold. Them finding the gold before you do, or the lost treasures, or whatever that have been pounded into the ground by the moon. Okay. And the dinosaurs. Come on, really? A little comet or meteor or whatever did that? No, not even. The big picture, people. Big picture. Look at the moon. How close is it? You can see it right there. But it's the first suspect right there. Nothing else around. And a Mars-sized planet hit the Earth, and it was the moon. It did not create the moon. It didn't obliterate and then create the moon. It was the moon. That's they give you them partial truths, and that's the truth, the whole truth. Now you know the whole truth. So that it just makes it easier to understand the Earth and how mountains are formed and how everything is shaped on this planet. It just makes it easier to understand that, because I know whenever I watch a documentary and they talk about the Earth, they never give you that part of the history of the Earth. They leave it out every time, and it always pissed me off. And that's mainly the reason why I stuck with this and found that answer. I found the answer that I had been waiting for them to tell me, but they're not going to ever tell you. They're going to stick to their story with plate tectonics and volcanism and everything like that. Well, what creates the volcanism and all that? I mean, come on. I know the process. I know their process, but I'm telling you right now, the Pacific. The moon was created by the Pacific, or whatever. The Pacific was created by the moon. They say it was ejected from. Come on now, look at the Earth, people. Just look at it. Okay, that's enough ranting. But have a good day. Happy New Year.